The Toronto Maple Leafs have pulled themselves back into the playoff picture with a timely surge, and the mood around the team has shifted quickly. Big wins against Florida and Philadelphia have pushed Toronto back into the conversation, creating the sense that this season might still have life. But just as optimism returns, trade rumors are heating up again, and one idea in particular has Leafs fans split. According to league chatter, Toronto has been loosely connected to Dallas Stars winger Jason Robertson. The connection is easy to understand. Robertson is an elite scorer, his contract situation in Dallas is unsettled, and his brother already plays in Toronto. On the surface, it sounds exciting. But once you look deeper, the cost of such a move could be devastating. The rumored framework suggests Toronto would need to part with Easton Cowan and defense prospect Ben Danford. That is where the alarm bells should be ringing. The Leafs already have one of the thinnest prospect pools in the league, and Cowan represents something they desperately need, a young forward with upside, energy, and long-term value. Cowan's development has not been perfectly linear. He needed time to find his footing and even spent a brief stretch in the AHL. But that patience is starting to pay off. His recent performance against Philadelphia was a snapshot of why the organization believes in him. After grinding through a defensive shift in front of his own net, Cowan exploded up the ice, kept pace with a fresh John Tavares, and finished the game with a calm, confident overtime winner. That is not just effort. That is hockey sense, conditioning, and composure. Those are traits you do not give away lightly. Cowan, along with Matthew Knies and a small handful of other young forwards, forms the bridge between the current core and whatever comes next. Losing him might not hurt tomorrow, but it could quietly cripple the team 2 or 3 seasons down the road. Toronto is already staring down the possibility of roster turnover. Gutting the pipeline would only make that transition harsher. Yes, Jason Robertson is the kind of player teams dream about pairing with Auston Matthews. The offense would be terrifying. But making that move would signal something much bigger. It would mean accepting a true reset and living with the consequences of an empty cupboard. Toronto is not built like Colorado, a team that managed to win while sacrificing nearly all future assets. The Leafs do not have that margin for error. If Jason Robertson ever becomes available at a reasonable price, Toronto should listen. But sacrificing Easton Cowan and further draining the prospect pool is a gamble this franchise cannot afford. The Leafs need to build forward, not burn the road behind them.